Pop out chat. There we go. Oh, that did not. Okay. Oh wait, can I? Ah. Okay, that's cool. Oh. Okay, that's working. Okay, let's see how this goes today. I'm looking for longs, since on the daily chart we've tapped down into this daily fair value gap, and we have, for once, for the first time this week, actually consolidated and done a normal overnight thing. I mean, we've really consolidated literally since I was trying to long like up here yesterday, obviously got cracked, but from what I saw after the stream, actually quite a few people, at least like streamers that I follow, were actually also trying to long around here, so that does make me feel a little bit better. But yeah, obviously got stopped on that yesterday. We tanked, dropped off a cliff, but retraced into a nice area, and my mouse is being weird. There we go. So yeah, nice reaction off the top of that daily fair value gap that we have right here. Just tagged below Monday's low, which obviously I like. I don't like seeing Monday be the low of the week a lot of times because it just annoys me. You can... Oh, you're going to do that weird thing, aren't you? Right, go down and then go over there. There we go. Yeah, I don't really like Monday being the low of the week. I really like Tuesday being the low of the week if we're going to expand higher. We'll see if we want to take previous day's low. We could not do. I'm really uncertain. I would like to see London low get swept at least. And then I can look to long, ideally. We also have equal lows here, actually, on the 5 minute. So, yeah, some measure of sweep below this sell-side liquidity is what I would like to see, and then longs. If we are seeing like some bigger, like higher time frame reversal, then maybe we take London high. This is a 15-minute imbalance I've marked up here. And dig deeper into this imbalance because we have another low over here from Friday's low. Tag the daily fair value gap midpoint. I'm bullish until we get below this daily fair value gap because it's kind of like where we should find support from my understanding. I'm also not having music on today just because I have a slight headache, so I don't really want music on. And I don't want to just put it on because then I don't realise when it switches off, so we're just not having it today. And maybe I won't have that at all actually because it is kind of peaceful not having music like in my ears. I can actually like hear thoughts, you know. Got some buy side forming there just before, 5 minutes before market open. Do we have any news today? I know we have meeting minutes in the afternoon. I'm not bothered about trading the AM before meeting minutes. We don't have any news drivers in the actual AM. We have news drivers tomorrow. Really, we don't have... Oh, NFP is straight up like gone from the calendar. That's something that's changed. Buy side's just been swept. NFP was tentative before, now it's just straight up gone. So we have a 10 AM news driver on Friday and a possible 8:30. No, we're not going to get that 8:30 news driver tomorrow. We're going to have Fed Chair Powell speaking tomorrow at 8:30. There is unemployment claims, but it's probably not going to happen since the government is, you know, non-existent. But we are getting a 10 AM consumer sentiment on Friday. CPI is actually saying so far that it's confirmed next week. So, what's going on there? I would have thought that CPI would be tentative as well, but it's not. Are we just like straight up not getting... We're going to have like an entire month. Whenever NFP next hits, I feel like it's going to be like a big NFP. Because, yeah, it's been pushed back to October 17th. Like, imagine it gets pushed back all the way to November. And then we get like a double NFP in November. That'd be crazy. Like, we get two lots of data releases. ES, I also noted, had equal lows at this London low with Asia. So we had an SMT at the lows there. And ES is already above the high. Yeah, I had an SMT at the London high as well, actually. So ES is looking more bullish today than NQ. Scratch my... This is actually quite long for as far as my beard gets. My beard is normally pretty short because I keep it short. I don't like it being like this right now is considered long for me. Not long, but just not. I prefer it being like fucking tiny. I don't really want to see London High get swept, if I'm honest, because like if we're going lower, I would think we sweep London High and come up into this imbalance, this 15-minute imbalance. So basically, like my highest probability move would be a sweep of this low or these lows, and then higher, because then even if it's going down long term, I feel like it would do that first and then go lower. So like I can make money in this part of the move. We'll see. Market opens in 30 seconds. We've not got that big of an opening range gap. We've got about maybe a 25, 30 point opening range gap. It's a bit dark today. I might open the blind today and see if we can get some natural light. I normally don't do this just because I don't like how the natural light like fucks up the camera, but I feel like it's so dark today in the UK that I can... Yeah, that looks fine. I'll keep it like that. And I can get some natural light in here as well. Otherwise I just look like a little goblin sat in a dark room in the middle of the day. I'm also trying to come up with some sort of a video idea. I really need to do the funding ticks review because that's a good video to do. So I'm not going to so much do that. I wanted to record a video this week. I'm going to record and edit a video tomorrow. Today was like my day to figure out what video I wanted to do. And the only real thing I can think of is funding ticks review. Okay, well there's London High. I don't mind shorting if we get the short down to these equal lows. So I'll just have to wait and see. I would not expect this to, because I wouldn't expect this to shoot all the way back up now. I'd expect it to knock out some of this liquidity, some of this pre-market liquidity. Especially since it made this 5-minute equal lows here. Like I'd 100% expect that to be getting swept out before we go higher. And if we react off this 15-minute imbalance here, then that's a nice place to short from. Like we break this low. Kind of would want us to put in a different low maybe actually, because that's probably not... I mean, it's not terrible. I'm sure I can get like a 1 to 2 out of that maybe. To the equal lows and London low. If we break this low I'm talking about. It's first presented. Do you know what else I'm watching? I've got the value area levels marked out on the side of my chart, and we just bounced. Well, we just hit. We didn't bounce, but we just hit previous day value area high. So that combined with this 15-minute imbalance, pretty good to build a short narrative, at least short term for those lows. Because those lows are actually also like right where previous day's point of control and previous week's value area high are down here. So combining the value levels with the ICT, with the ICT-ness. Wonder if there's like on my other ICT chart, yeah, there's not a whole lot there really. Other than like that high. Yeah. I'm basically just waiting for that low to get broken. And then I can short. I wouldn't be surprised actually. I was going to say, because Cami is streaming right now. I was in his stream just before this. But he trades ES. I was referring to NQ's levels. I literally don't even have ES levels marked up. But if ES's previous day value area high is anywhere near to where NQ's was, then that would have been a pretty decent short. I mean, not really, considering it was just with like a 1 It was basically just the previous day's value area level that you were shorting from, so it was pretty low confluence, but I mean, it played out pretty nicely, so. Can you guys hear? I wonder if you guys can hear my mouse when I'm like scrolling it. Oh, I need to like change the scroll sensitivity on it or something, because I swear I scroll so much with this mouse. That's one thing I didn't check actually. If I have there's like obviously a software or whatever it's where I can edit the mouse, like map the buttons and stuff on it. I never actually checked on it whether there's like a scroll sensitivity. I also want to invert this because this is very cool, but I want it. This weird. I want this one. I want this sideways scroll that I can do here. I want that to be more sensitive because that just feels like it takes me nowhere. And I want this top one to be less sensitive, I think. Do I? Or maybe I want them. No, I think I want them both to be more sensitive actually. Which is good because I bet that's easier to. I don't know if I can map them individually, but. I'm not really sure on this low right here. Especially not until we break this high. For like a market structure shift, I'm kind of more so looking at this low. Depends. I'll see if we break this low, how we break it. Because like if we break this low and then just come into first presented, then that's not much of a market structure shift really. I'm gonna pull my value. I have like two tabs open on my other monitor. One of them's like the value area levels. One of them's like new day opening gaps, opening range gaps, new week opening gaps, all that, like all the gaps. It's literally called the template or the layout is literally called NWOGs, NDOGs, and ORGs. That was about a 21 point opening range gap in the end. Midpoint would be a nice place to bounce off. I'm guessing previous day value area high gave a little reaction and then it's been broke through, so. I was excited about this session, but if it runs off, then not much I can do. How long's Powell scheduled to speak for tomorrow? Was this going to tell me if I... Forex Factory. How long is he scheduled to speak tomorrow? Please don't be like more than an hour, because then I can trade tomorrow fine. But if he's going to be speaking until like 10:30. Pre-recorded video at the community bank conference hosted by... Yeah, but how long? Maybe that's a question for ChatGPT. How long will... Oh, no. When in New York time will Powell speak to tomorrow? What do you mean you couldn't find a speech for... Oh, ChatGPT, come on. Shown at 8:30, yeah. Oh, just ChatGPT is failing me. And we are likely breaking here. Powell is scheduled to speak at 12:35 p.m. Right. Well, no, he's not. He's scheduled to speak at 8:30. ChatGPT. Honestly, don't know why I bother. If this can break, I will quite like that short. Like, honestly, probably even from this swing low. Just because this swing low is below this fair value gap, so... Like, if I'm basing my market structure shift from, like, the most recent swing low below that, it'd be there. So if we can get break... Ideally, close, like, somewhere around here. Because then we've disrespected first presented as well. The issue is like, if we disrespect first presented, but then, like, to fill me, this is the issue with, like, combining the first presented with the 2022. Like, so I want this swing low to get broken, right? To break that swing low, we're going to come into first presented. Now, would it be better for me to see first presented get closed below, and then it has to somehow get back up and probably close back above it to fill me, if I'm going to get filled, like, somewhere around here? Because then that just wouldn't indicate, like, choppy price action, no? Because first presented is just getting, like, bitch slapped. Compared to it breaking this low, closing inside first presented, then filling me, then breaking first presented. So really, I shouldn't be bothered where it closes, like, based on first presented, because honestly, if it breaks this low here and closes, like, inside it, then it's a nice bounce point anyway for me to get filled and then expect it to get broken. As opposed to it just completely, like, chopping up and around it and then, yeah. That makes more sense, I think. I just got really dizzy out of nowhere. What the fuck? Is that swing low only there on the 1 minute? Yeah. And that fair value gap up here is the 941 fair value gap. Well, back below previous day value area is just being, like, crossed over and over again, but it isn't like a strict level. It's more of a zone. It isn't very displacey though. So oh, edgy nose. Just realised on the regular trading hours chart, I always do pay a little bit of attention to this just because I find it interesting, but we have a fair bit of like smooth lows on that regular trading hours chart down here. And I always get confused like whether that matters or not. I mean, it overlaps with London low, so. But like this area down here on the regular trading hours chart is pretty smooth. How significant that is, I quite literally have no idea, but we'll see. I love a 9:30 open and then just higher, don't you? It is also like a 3 drives pattern we've got going on here, so. This is the thing, I'm just waiting for a reversal at this point. Like, I'm not longing this. It's way too overextended from like an ICT perspective. It's not even swept. It's literally not even swept. Like, it's not swept any liquidity. So, how can I long something that is like it's knocked out this liquidity, but I don't care about this liquidity, especially when it had equal lows. And this low here, like, it disrespected these fair value gaps, which if it was bullish, you would have thought it would respect. So, like, even this hourly, it disrespected that hourly by closing below it. And this one. It was just in a range here, so. We do have a higher time frame breaker that we're currently in. On the 15-minute, it'd be this. That would be your 15-minute breaker. Do I have a template? I think this is a very old template. Yeah, it is, because it has words in it. I normally don't have words in boxes. But that's a 15-minute breaker. We have like a 4-hour breaker, which is like this entire range. So I shan't be using that. Actually, no, that's not even the 15-minute breaker. The 15-minute breaker would be over here. Yeah, this is also a break. I mean, this is like, it's still a breaker in the terms of low, higher, high, break the low. So I'm not going to like mark it though. I prefer to just look at the fair value gap. Can you guys hear the dog barking? Oh no, clicked off everything. I keep accidentally doing that with this mouse. I don't even know how I do it. But I click something and all my literally all my things that I have pulled up go away. Unless like full screen. Is it just if I it's just if I click whilst. Oh no, it's literally if I click anything. Or if I click a background, or not background, like the home page, whilst while stuff is like minimized. This has been a boring first 30 minutes of the stream. First 22.5 minutes of the session. That swing low is actually quite nice for a break. It's there on the 3 and the 2. I like it more when a low aligns with all the time frames, or at least more than one, because then it's, I don't know, it just feels like a more significant swing low. If I split this 15 minute into quadrants, is it doing what I think it's doing or is it not? I'm curious. I want to see the upper and lower quadrant of this 15 minute, just for my own curiosity's sake. Okay, yeah, not doing what I thought it was doing. I thought it had reached up here, hit the first one, retraced, hit the midpoint, retraced, and then hit the upper quadrant, but it kind of has, it's just this first one kind of didn't reach high enough. That'd have been pretty cool, but oh well. Our price action yesterday was terrible. Didn't really do anything nice until and then it just ran off at 11. I was actually looking at this last night. I had a peek and I saw this reaction off the daily, but I didn't take it because it was just didn't seem to have enough of a retracement, and then it just consolidated until like the close over here. So we're at the top of this 4 hour now. I'm gonna mark that in a, what colour? Pink? Sure. That can be 4 hour FEG, 4 hour bearish FEG high. Changing mine and making it white. I can barely see it. no like 15-minute imbalance in here that it could be reaching up into. There's an hourly. But the higher this reaches, the less I like shorts, the more I think it's just deciding to fuck everyone and continue higher with no real sweep. Get rid of that 4 hour filling up high. I know it's roughly, well, it's where that low is, which is roughly where this 15-minute is. But like if this closes up here, then it's disrespecting the 4 hour. I mean, it's disrespecting the 4 hour, the 15. Basically, it doesn't look great for shorts. Looks more like it's just stubbornly going higher. That 15-minute is probably worth noting. Yeah, this today, honestly, it's a bit annoying because I looked at this pre-market and expected, well, I didn't expect, but I hoped possibly we could get some nice sort of move today, not a shitty open and pump and no retrace, or very, very shallow retrace. But oh well. I wonder if like this looks, I mean, as far as I don't know what ES is looking like, but as far as NQ, it doesn't even look like I consider volume profile to be pretty aggressive. The way that Kami trades it. Or more aggressive than ICT. Like you're entering sooner, but you're also getting out like way sooner, so that's why. But that doesn't even really look like it's had much of an entry unless it pulls back to like 133.25, which is previous day value area high. This is on NQ. Then you could maybe look for a long if you're using volume profile, but other than that, like you still need some sort of pullback, and a fairly deep one at that. Like it's not done much of a pullback at all. ES actually dropped off the open. Interesting. Left an equal low there, but swept out the pre-market liquidity and then pumped. There was actually a 2022 model there, but it left an equal low, which I don't normally like. What's up, Mr. Chad? Currently sat waiting on Nish. Absolutely nothing. That ES long low-key was pretty nice, but I was looking at NQ. But again, it left an equal low here, which isn't really great. But it is now pumping. Yeah, literally, Chad. Literally. Pretty frustrating. Especially on NQ. ES, like, kind of a bit better. Well, it offered something. It was pretty aggressive because it's left, like, two sets of equal lows here. So, to me, honestly, that just says that ES is not done. Whereas NQ is just storming. ES actually on the higher time frame does also, like, I mean, it's not disrespected anything yet. It quite literally is going to take 4 hours to tell if it disrespects that. It's got this hourly here. A reaction off that hourly order block would be nice. Where's ES first presented? Yeah, very good markets indeed, Chad. Have you catched anything or caught anything? Sorry, your model's a bit more aggressive than mine, so if you've not caught anything, then I never had a chance. This is getting more and more difficult to short just because like I feel like I'm almost like I'm trying to call it high basically here. I'm not getting in line with like a move that is clearly coming. I'm basically just trying to call up like the high of the day at this point, or the high of some level of retracement, which puts the odds against me. Like at this point, I don't even know if I would, like I would rather just wait for a retrace and then like guess. Like I'm basically gonna have to either call the high of the day or call that we have continuation. Which I guess is easier to do depending on where we put a high. I mean, looks like we're not going to put a high in for a while. It's quite literally just running off. I feel like Friday is going to be my best day this week since NFP got cancelled. Depending on when Fed Chair Powell stops speaking tomorrow, I can trade that. But honestly, I don't really like Fed Chair Powell days always put a little bit of caution on me. Whereas Friday looks pretty like ideal. Because we don't really have a news driver. Like this US market or US government market being closed, it's just like sapping all of the news drivers out of the market, which for a model like mine, which quite literally relies on heavy news drivers, yeah, not ideal. God, next week, oh my God, if the US market opens, I'm probably just, oh my God. Or US, so I keep saying US market. If the US government opens by next week, we'll get CPI, PPI, and NFP all in the same week. God damn. And a bank holiday. It'll be a bank holiday Monday, no news Tuesday, and then CPI Wednesday, PPI Thursday, NFP Friday. Jesus. Yeah, I was looking for something similar, Chad. I was looking to catch some sort of reversal for there to come sweep some of this liquidity out, but guess not. At this point, I don't really want to enter short until like 10:30. Yeah, but it's meeting minutes, Chad. I don't mind trading the morning of meeting minutes because it's not the big FOMC that does put a lot of caution on the like it's not an interest rate announcement or anything like that. It's basically just a recap of the meeting that was what 2-3 weeks ago. So like I don't really I'm not really like scared of trading this morning session. I would be more cautious on it. Like I probably wouldn't be trading it if like if it's the big FOMC like interest rate announcement, then I probably am not going to be trading that morning session before it. But meeting minutes, I'm not too bothered by. It's just a shame that we had sucky price action. Chad, what video ideas do you think? Let's while the market's doing absolutely nothing, what video ideas do you think would make a nice KAICAP vid? I'm going to record a video tomorrow. At the moment, quite literally, the only idea I've got is to do a funding ticks like proper review, because I did like the quick little video a few weeks ago, and I meant to do like a big review, and I just didn't end up doing it. I've fallen really out of habit with recording actual YouTube videos. So one because I'm just out of the habit with it, and two because I don't really have any ideas that I like. But I'm making a thing of it to record a video tomorrow. I've already done a few risk management videos. Is the only issue. Like I did a risk management video. I think I've done 3 separate risk management videos, and one of them was fairly recently. But how to survive drawdown, I guess, is like I do cover that in the videos, but I could do like a simple video, or not a simple video, a specific video on drawdown specifically. What was the video that I recently did where there was that was about drawdown? Or not about drawdown, that was about risk. I think it was just like a basic risk management video where I like drew on the whiteboard. What videos have I done recently? I've done the Trader Cane, copy trading video, brutally honest trading talk, prop firm video, ICT AM video, order block video, breakdown, risk strategy that made me profitable, how to manage risk for prop firms, that was the video. Then I did end of day versus intraday explained. I could do like tips and tricks on managing risk, because there's like a few things that I do that I haven't put in a video. That could be a good idea. Because like when you guys can't see it, but on my other screen, basically like I have, when you have like your long tool here, I have templates set up so I can see like 50 USD risk, 100 USD risk, 200 USD risk. And if I click that, you see the quantity here. That is how many contracts I'm permitted to use before I go. So like there, for example, this is minis, so I do this on my micros, but like the quantity would tell me there that like one, I'm looking at the whole number, not the decimal, and that tells me like one contract on the mini is what I can use with like that stop loss with that entry. So when I'm looking at an entry, that's that's how I know how many contracts to go in with. That's probably something like I can work that into a video. I like the idea of that, tips and tricks on risk management. It's probably one of the things I probably do the best is manage my risk. Let me write that down, because then I can include like how to survive drawdown as a part of that. Risk management tips and tricks. That's a working title, but I don't mind that idea. I can rattle that off like easily. Talk about risk management. ICT Forex considerations and risk management. The issue is I don't trade Forex. I have wanted to do a Forex 2 futures video for a while, but I just never really got around to it, and I don't know if that's the best video on the internet. What? What's the best video on the internet? In future, or in trading, the videos that always do, like my best performing videos are prop firm reviews. They just always do well because people just want to know about prop firms. Popular. What's my most popular? Actually, to be fair, my how to backtest video that was the first video I had that like did really well. But it just kind of shot up out of nowhere and then just kind of died. It's not had any like continued traction. It's shot up. I like edited the thumbnail, I'm pretty sure, and then it shot up overnight and then just kind of died within like a couple days. But yeah, my best video is the Bullinox payout policy explained. Then how to backtest, first presented for KAICAP explained. I kind of caught that one pretty well because I did a video on that when it was fairly new. So obviously I'm probably like quite up there with that. But then Bullinox versus Topstep, Tradeify explained, Adhere explained, Chris's insane win streak with Tradeify. Yeah, they're my best performing videos. Any retracements at all would be nice, yeah. I like the idea of that risk management tips and tricks video, where I can go over... Oh god, I need to write down what I'm going to go over. I need a new page. This one's been used. Let me scrap that because that's literally all useless information on there now. I have to like rip a page out though, otherwise I just like forget that it exists. Risk management. Tips and tricks. Position tool. Surviving drawdown. What's some other tips and tricks, Chad? Let's try and think of like three to five. I made a thread using that video on my ex. Oh, yeah, nice. Position tool, surviving drawdown. Honestly, not copy trading is something that I've definitely noticed, but I did a video, literally my last video was about that, but that can be just an idea. Not copy trading. I can very briefly mention that. Check out Discord, I shared the thread. Let me load up Discord. Oh. Am I going to be able to load Twitter on this? Twitter's not working on my... Let me go on my phone instead. That's all taken. Yeah, I'm reading it now. All taken from ICT is a pretty good thing to be able to say. Trying to think of, I guess, well, from that, what can I include that's in that thing that you shared, Chad? Consistent or, yeah, it sounds obvious, but like, so many people just won't even think about even doing that. Like just managing like your actual position sizing. Write that down. Proper. Proper sizing. Expect losing streaks is a good like little thing to say. Good morning, Mr. Journey. Hope you've done something this morning. I mean, I doubt it, just because we've quite literally just pumped, but maybe you caught something pre-market. 0.3 saved me a lot of funded accounts, so it's 0.3. Half your risk after losses, yeah. That is something, I will put that down. I feel like I've mentioned that in other videos. I do that, like, anyway. But I will have mentioned that in, like, the other videos. Half risk after loss. I'll just write down like all the ones from there, so at least I have an idea whether I include them or not. I'm not gonna write down journaling just because that's kind of like its own separate thing. Expect losing streak plus trust. My handwriting is terrible. I'm left-handed, so my handwriting looks like something just died on the paper. Took a couple of losses and not looking at gold and potential NQ. Were you trying to short, Journey? I mean, if you took losses, I'm guessing you were trying to short. I was also looking to short, but never got set up because it just ran. I'm just going to run to the toilet quickly because I'm absolutely bursting for the toilet, so I'll be right back. Okay, so we might actually be getting... Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. There we go. The stream isn't starting. The stream has been started. We're getting some sort of potential retracement finally. Honestly, I don't mind it coming into first presented. I quite like the idea of that. Because like if we've not touched the first presented at all, then at 10:30, I've said this before, but at 10:30 you can look for it to potentially start to retrace into that first presented fair value gap. We also hit this 15-minute order block. Change this hourly one, drag this up here because we hit this one, 15-minute on ES. But I don't really feel comfortable trying to short, like, after this massive run up. So we'll just kind of watch and see, I guess. That thread is a short version of IC's 20 gems. Oh, nice. Short first, then chase long and stop too tight. Bad discipline. You naughty boy, Journey. 10 AM 4-hour low is coming. That'd be nice. The heavens are opening into my room. The sun's coming out. This is why I have that blind shut a lot of times, because the sun's on that window. So it just kind of ruins the lighting if I have the blind open. Issue is 10 AM with that's literally this low, so it's not much of a retracement. Previous day's high is looking more and more likely, which is a shame. Would have liked to have would have liked to have been a part of this long, but pretty tough with no sweep. We hit middle of yesterday's wick and rejected. Oh, that's an interesting thing. I actually should have that noted. Ah. Thank you, Journey. Was that 22975? And what I do when I'm marking a daily wick is I drag it all the way over here, just so it like looks a bit cleaner in the price action. It's not like cutting through all those candles. Yeah, that's a clean reaction off the yesterday's wick midpoint. Yeah, daily wick. I got you, Journey. Good enough for government work when it's shut down. Why hasn't ICT used that one yet? That 15-minute imbalance can be deleted, since that is not important anymore. So can London High, because that's just, again, not important. this hourly imbalance could still be a thing, because if it's going to reverse here, then by 11 we should be below this pink box. Well, the pink box is high. Do you know something actually? Let's go and scroll and see where yesterday's first presented is, since we're like in the range of where it would be. This here. What happens when we extend that across? Oh shit, Journey. Oh no, I was going to say, I bet that looked like it might have just tagged it, but it fell just short. Oh, that'd have been cool. I would like to see Monday's opening range gap high respected. Oh, opening range high. Do you mean opening range gap high, or just the actual opening range high? Just above. I have the opening range gap from Monday. Oh wait, no, this is Monday to Tuesday. This is Tuesday's opening range gap. Monday's is, yeah, Monday's is all the way back there. I've got Mondays. I honestly, let me edit the Ryan. What day is this? Tuesday. Tuesday first presented. Because like that'd be pretty clean if we yeah, just above where we stopped, yeah. That'd be nice if we do like something like this. Tap up into this and then break. That'd be a clean, and then like down back to today's first presented is as far as I would look for it to come. The value levels haven't offered a whole lot on NQ today. Offered like a real like early scalp from previous day's value area high. Then broke it, kind of danced around it, and then like really broke it and never really retraced. So but something like that, if it happens, would be cool. Something like sweep above this high, tags yesterday's first presented, breaks, comes lower into today's first presented. Something like that would be really cool. We have SMT at this high, so I also actually don't mind this low, since it's it's a low that's below this hourly imbalance. So that actually makes it kind of nice for a short if we do get that. Daily wick midpoint. It's not my typical entry, but it does look fairly clean if this SMT holds. Even if it doesn't hold, then that first presented tap is something. Oh, Chad's already in short. 1 minute IFEG play. 1 minute IFEG play. This 10-10 IFEG. drag this across, or does it not let me? No, it doesn't let me. Oh, maybe getting the meltdown. I will actually, you know what? I will short this because it's has the idea of this daily wick, the hourly imbalance, and I'm not looking for. I'm just looking for a retracement. I'm not looking for like an outright reversal. I'm just looking for it to retrace into a logical level. And the fact that it hit yesterday's daily wick is a pretty nice thing to base that off, and the fact that we have SMT, that's just like a nice little added bonus, but by no means a reason. Came back down to Mondays first presented. Let me go scroll back and find Mondays. I've stopped tracking them. I've started like just deleting them after I'm done with them. That would be Mondays, right? Yeah. Yeah, that would be Mondays. Mondays was clean. Then it broke up there. And that literally broke resistance and support, like break and retest type idea with the first presented on Monday. Pretty clean. Did it do that like again at all? Actually did it pretty well there in the just before London on Tuesday. Just kind of fucked it around there Tuesday pre-market. Shot up away from it. Kind of found a little bit of support here, but then just smashed through it. And then, yeah, literally broke it again. Support, yeah, that's pretty cool. This is looking a little bit more consolidating now. So I'm getting a bit cautious. I would have loved if I would have shorted if that had broken. Oh, my monitors have frozen again. Why have they done that? Oh, the only way I fixed it yesterday was just completely closing the they've just completely frozen. Oh, it just glitched a bit. The thing is, like, if I go on OBS, working fine. Just not on my actual monitors. Let me just, I don't know if this is gonna like mess the stream up, but let me just, give me a second, guys. This is the only way I fixed it yesterday, was basically like closing everything and then starting it again. Really weird how it started doing that as soon as I put my monitors on the walls. It never did that before. Yeah, see now they're literally back to normal now. Weird. Disconnect the monitor, go to primary desktop monitor and flip back to it. I'm not following your journey. Yeah, Mondays are usually referred to. You should keep Mondays like for the whole week. I just don't. I got sick of having too much stuff on my charts. I should change my mouse. It's not working properly. Well, Chad, I would highly recommend whatever this mouse is called. I can't remember what it's called, but I love it. But it is a bit pricey. I was bought it as a gift, not with my own money, but it's a damn good mouse. It's called it's a Logitech like something or other. Master X3 S3. something like that. Can't actually, does it say on it? MX Master 3S, that's what this is called. Is it not clicking when it's supposed to, or the opposite? The monitor? The monitor's just straight up freeze, Journey. That's what just happened. I used Display Link to like extend my MacBook's obviously extend my MacBook across two separate monitors. And then what I just did to fix it was just close Display Link and then reopen it, and it worked. Oh, if Razer's 75% off, then yeah, I had a Razer mouse before, and not really any complaints, to be honest. Apart from the fact that it did eventually just start glitching out on me, but that was after years and years and years of having that mouse. And that was, sorry, I can bet they've got some newer ones that are just as good. Oh, you're referring to Chad's mouse, sorry. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot cheaper than the mouse that I've got, Chad, so... This seems to just be going into a range at the moment, and I'm not likely to take anything this late in the AM session, just because I don't really enter stuff after 11, really. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, end the stream. I'm using Logitech G502 at the moment. I have no idea what that mouse is, but... I'm not familiar. I only know what this one's name is because it's written on it, and I got it like last week. I couldn't even tell you the mouse that I had before. The mouse I had before was Razer. Of course, as soon as I say that this needs to or that I say this is going to a range, we get a big down candle. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream just because I don't. Even if I do take something, I'm not gonna sit around and just stream the whole trade. If I do take something, I'll post it in the Discord or the community, or both. But I'm going to. See, now it's breaking. My issue is I'm hungry as well. I want to get something to eat. Okay, you know what? We'll watch till 11, because 11 is my cut-off point. So we'll watch. What's another 17 minutes after We've been here for an hour and 25 minutes almost. What's another 17? $10 a.m. Devil's Mark. I will take longs if there is change in the state of delivery. What's the Devil's Mark? Yeah, that's where I would like to short to, Journey, first presented. I'm also going to have to close this blind because the sun is getting, in my eyes at this point. Back to goblin mode. Candle with no wick, it's called Devil's Mark. Oh, I've never heard that ICT term. Do you guys prefer the stream without music, by the way? Do you prefer it with music? Because I've not been playing music today. And, I mean, I feel like I've been probably a bit more, of sound of mind. I can think more because there's no noise, but... I also I don't mind having the music on sometimes. It's just sometimes it gets annoying. Right now I actually would prefer music because I can hear a dog barking from one of my neighbours. Okay, that SMT held. No 5 minute. 3 minutes kind of there, but yeah, don't really like it, to be honest. Where's the 10 AM low? Here. What does Devil's Mark entail, Chad? Does it just mean that like that's a nice likely draw since there's no bottom work? I mean, it's got just under 14 minutes and it only has to get down there to create a wick. It's got 13 minutes to move like 10 points. I know what it is. I know he's candle with no bottom wick, but what is that useful to, like, why is it useful? Is it just like a draw since there's no wick? How is it used? Do you know something else, Journey? What new opening gap is that? It's the 7th of October, which would be Tuesdays. Oh, did something I didn't know I could do. Tuesdays, or like from Monday to Tuesday, that new opening gap is literally like also exactly where we retraced to there with that low, that 1022 low. It was inside Monday's first presented and also like right on that new opening gap. It looks to me like it's just going into a range if it comes back up now. That dog's getting really annoying. Can you guys hear that dog? I'm gonna go ask it to be quiet. It's like barking, but it's like a squealy bark. It's not a nice dog bark. It just sounds as if anything like it's in pain. You can hear the little guy. Yeah, he's annoying me. He's shut up now. Owner must have come and got him inside. Let me label this yellow dash line as the daily work. You sure you're a dog lover, Journey? You didn't sound like it in that last comment. I haven't had a dog in years. I do want one, but the last dog we had died maybe three years ago. That sounds about right. My older sister did have one that I loved, but she had to get rid of it. I think it was because my nephew seemed to be allergic to it. So I'm not seeing that dog in a while either, but I miss that dog, even though it stunk. I definitely want one when I'm older. When I have my own place, would love to have a dog. Here comes your 10 a.m. candle low. Or wick. Sorry, not low. I mean, same thing, really. It's been a one boring ass session. I don't know how you boys have sat through this with me, honestly. You guys deserve a medal. Voice break intended. Straight pump up from 9:30. Very shallow retracements. And then got to what, like 10, 10, 10. Just kind of went into a range from there. And now it's breaking, but not very convincingly. Like, not very 2022-esque, if I'm being honest. SMT at the high and the lows currently. I'm going to leave it there. I'm not likely to take anything from that break. I wanted to see how it broke that low, and it didn't break it very convincingly for me. So I'm going to leave it there, boys. I will be here tomorrow and Friday, so you're getting a full 5 days of me this week. Tomorrow we have Fed Chair Powell speaking pre-market, but I feel like after sort of like 10 a.m. surely he'll be done speaking, so then maybe we can look for something then. And then Friday, honestly, looks like potentially the best day of the week this week, with it having basically the only high-impact news driver of the entire week. So, pass on my medal to India, please. So yeah, I will catch you boys tomorrow. I appreciate you watching this utter shite with me. But yeah, that's all from me today, boys. I will catch you later.